Welcome along to the 24 hours of F1.
We're currently taking a short break to get the next lobby set up.
In the meantime, why not check out our Just Giving page and donate to our chosen charity, Special Effect.
The team at Special Effect offer great technological solutions to help those with physical challenges all across the world.
And anything you give will help transform a person's life with bespoke setups thanks to the teams of occupational therapists and gaming specialists.
We're aiming to raise £1,000 for this event, so if you can, any amount big or small, please give today.
Thank you for your support.
Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, everybody is keeping well for the Canadian Grand Prix race number 17. We are almost there. We pretty much got, I think, about 5-6 more races to go until the end of the 24 hours. And thank you so much to people who have donated so far. I've got my final 2 hours. We've got Omi, who's joining us again for his final hour. Omi, what do you think about this Canadian circuit?
I think it's a really good circuit as well. A lot of good challenging corners and a great circuit for overtaking as well. Some famous corners as well. So a really good circuit. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all goes, because this isn't really a circuit that I've done a lot of league races. I don't think many leagues do take place here often in every calendar.
No, they did not. And I was looking at my notes to see if I've done any notes for league races around this track. Turns out I did not. So there we go. So this is going to be very interesting indeed. So ABS Racing Team, we've got Matthew Bassett. Cone Racing Team, we've got Posh Evans. Sad, Contest of Speed. Hendrick for Contest of Speed Esports. Funky Chicken for CSL, Volaconga for EMM, we've got to be quick here. Cam's Wolves for Esports Wales, Gary for XL, Joey Van Bussel for Green Fly Racing, Sieb for IRT, Marlon Fennell are Esports, Campbell for QVR, Packer for Relentless, Bowser for Thomas Eng Sim Racing, Top for Team Hamburger, Montana for TNXX, Speedway Racer for Team Speed Esports, Sin 07 for Velocity Esports Racing, and I couldn't see what was on the other one, but that was your order then for the Canadian Grand Prix as we're about to get underway. And let's stay on board with Gary as he makes his way towards turn number 1. Very tight chicane through there. There has been a few issues around this circuit a few times, and he's keeping it into good order. The person who's starting last, by the way, is Trucker. So that was a driver that I missed, by the way. Oh, someone's left the session. That's not ideal as he heads towards turn 6 and 7, approaching another DRS zone. Foot to the floor on the power, and it's going to be around about 6% ERS he's used. Heading towards turn number 8 and 9, we can see quite a few invalidations. We've got one invalidation already from Esports Wales, which is not ideal from them. Let me get the track map so I can see how Gary is doing on his lap. I think it was about the 41 in sector 2. Now heading towards this back straight, we could see a lot of toe from some of the drivers wanting a bit of slipstream once again through this corner. And now heading towards the final corner, the Wall of Champions coming, flick your car to the right, and he does that quite nice. He's going to be in 6th place. He's gained a lot of time through there. And it's QVR Campbell who's going to be starting on pole position with a 109.418, and then it's Gary with a 109.963. So that was the Canada one-shot qualifying. A few invalidations and a few people struggling to get laps in, Ome.
Yep, absolutely. As well, a few drivers struggling here and there to get lap times in, but it was a really good lap from Campbell to go 1.5 tenths clear off the field.
Yes, so we got Campbell on pole position, Volokongan in second, Tope in third, Montana in fourth, Jay Van Bussel in fifth, Gary in sixth, Matthew Bassett in seventh, Packer in eighth, Marlon in ninth, Daniel Gaming in 10th, and we've got Sad in 11th, Colin in 12th, Walter in 13th, Funky Chicken in 14th, Sieb in 15th, Yuri in 16th. Then we got Porsche Evans, Camels, and Hendrick not setting lap times, and Trocker is starting last from the order. So that is your order. Luckily, no rain for this one, and we should be able to get going soon.
Yep, we should be able to get going soon indeed as well. And hopefully the race is going to be really exciting around this circuit. So I cannot wait for it to get underway, and hopefully we'll be treated with quite a lot of great racing action and a good one for me to end my stint as well.
Yep, exactly. And we've got a few people in the chat as well. Hendricks has had a 1 hour nap before he's racing, so fair play to him for still going. And BK saying Hendricks an animal. Matthew Bassett saying 24 hours still going, just different. Packer saying legendary comms here. Thank you very much. And BK saying, oh, Canada. Does that count as me singing? No, it doesn't. It doesn't count as me singing. Speaking of donations, we're still on £849. We're almost at our target. So if you can spare a few pounds, you'll be able to donate to a charity that transforms the lives of people with physical challenges right across the world through the innovative use of technology. And we are about to get underway, and someone has just left the session. That is not good. But lights out and away we go. Can we get the timings, please? There we go. And Daniel and Campbell going wheel to wheel, heading towards turn number 1 and 2. We also got Volokonga trying to go around the inside in towards turn number 3, then 3 wide in towards turn number 4. Realistically, Volokonga couldn't get a move done there, so he's backed off. Tope is dropped down into 4th place. Montana having a good start up into 5th spot. Oh no, we got some desync. We've got some desync. Daniel, I don't know where Daniel is, as we got a spinner as QBR Packer has had a moment down in last place.
The chaos already then starting here in Canada. I really want this to go calmly, but it seems like it isn't going to go calmly. Bosch Evans already retiring from the race as they all make their way now onto the straight once again. Montana getting his way up to 4th position. He's going side by side at the moment with Matthew Bassett, and they're also changing for the leaders. Volokongan on the soft compound tires gets his way through as we make our way now through the wall of champions and onto lap number 2 we're going to be going.
Yes, and Jay Van Bussel has got past Marlon, but Marlon's going to have a battle in towards turn number 1 down the inside. Maybe he is going to be thinking better of it, maybe to about lap 3 when DRS is activated currently as well, as we're starting to see DRS deploying quite rapidly once again, because it is a short lap, 30 laps, 35 laps await our drivers. So I wonder if that's going to make a difference to the 2-stop strategy that we have here today. Mandatory 2-stop, and if they don't do it, they will get disqualified. I don't think anyone has got their double points. I think for most of the night stint, hardly anyone has got their double points, the ones I was covering. So, yeah, typical. They just want to haunt me or something. As Trocker gets past Hendrick, but Hendrick gets past Trocker once again through turn 8. So, corner exit is just as important as corner entry, and I think Trocker has definitely learned his lesson through there as we go towards this back straight. Anyone making for a move for the lead? We got Campbell maybe driving in the inside and towards the final corner. No, he doesn't go for that move in the final corner, and I think Campbell is going to try and get past now, maybe in towards turn number 1. No, he's going to back out of it. So there we go. Those were the first lot of moves there. DRS is enabled, Amy, so we should start to see maybe some DRS tactics once again, as we come to expect in the 24-hour.
Yep, absolutely as well. And it was a lot of changing and a lot of battling through the mid pack with no such changes of position as of yet on lap number 3 out of 35. But with the DRS opening, I think we are going to be seeing some changes. But now they're all going to be inside the DRS train, so they will have to use a bit of ERS if anyone does want to try and fight their way through at this point as well. But Wollongong leads the way on the soft compound of tyres. He's just going to try control things as well, with all of the medium runners battling amongst themselves at this stage as well of the race. So we have been treated to a good start to the race, and it's looking good so far, as we
Campbell
might be getting
to
a
the
change now for the lead,
inside.
as Campbell's going for it for the lead.
Campbell to the lead once again, so it's between Campbell and Wollongong for now, and Jay Van Bussel unfortunately has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So as predicted, track limits is going to be a common occurrence, so it may come down to who has got the least amount of penalties. We don't want the race to be decided by penalties, but it looks like it's going to be for some people as Chocker. I think get past Camels. Yes, he does, but there's a nice little battle going on between those two as well. And they've just got to manage their tyres effectively, because the more they get stuck behind a car, the more they have to worry about tyre degradation. The dirty air can becoming a good bad factor as well on this game. Not as much as last game, luckily, but still they'll have to manage the fuel levels. I won't be too surprised if people run out of fuel here. That is my prediction going into this race. So we'll have to see how that plays out later on too, as we get to see maybe a battle for the lead once again. Wollongong's gained all that time through straight line speed alone with DRS. Be choosing to back out of this one. Maybe tactics coming into play as well, and Wollongong just saving his soft tyres to make it last for just a little bit longer as well. It can last quite a bit around here compared to previous tracks, which is kind of a relief for the likes of Wollongong. As Tope is also in this, so is Montana, and Matthew Bassett is joining the fray as well. So exciting to see what this top 5 can do, as we're seeing more time penalties from a lot of drivers. But I think people are just playing it safe, finding their rhythm, and making sure their tyres can last a distance.
Yep, absolutely. Right now it's all about just taking those tyres as well, and just sticking within the undercut range as well, for the drivers to try and gain some position. So they're all just going to be trying to stay with each other, not trying to battle and lose time and ruin really your race and the other drivers' race. If you battle, you could lose quite a lot of time if you do lose the 1 second to the drivers ahead. So you definitely have to keep that in mind. So really only making the moves if they are fully on, and if it's an easy DRS pass on a straight. But if it isn't, then possibly sitting behind can be the most sensible option for all of these drivers. As I have to say, Matthew Bassett looked very close to the wall at the Wall of Champions there.
Sad's got past Daniel Gaming up into 9th spot, so those mediums are starting to be the tyre of choice for some teams currently. And I have to say, Colin doing a great job as well, but knowing me, Colin may make a mistake, so I'm not going to say too much around there, because I'm known to commentators cursing Colin from ERT, of course. And Colin's been up for quite a bit, and I have told him after this race, because he hasn't got any more stuff lined up, to have a sleep, please, because he's been up for so long. So he's going to get a nice sleep after this. So hopefully, for his sake, he's going to have a decent race. Same with Daniel as well. He's chasing down Sad once more, with the DRS benefiting him too. And it's going to take, I think, just one driver to make a mistake in order for things to change around here as well. Let us know how things are going in the chat. Are you still awake like we are? I'm functioning from an hour's sleep. So just bear with me, guys, as we get through this. But it's been a decent race so far, with quite a lot of battles. Jay Van Bussel, oh, he was almost close to the Wall of Champions as well. Last lap it was Matthew Bassett, and this lap it was Jay Van Bussel.
Absolutely, and we have Tope from third getting very, very close as well to second and first as well. So they're all really, really pushing, and it really seems like they're all getting really close to the Wall of Champions. Quite a lot of drivers, but it looks like from ninth downwards, they've all just lost time. Has Niaz downwards. They've all just lost quite a bit of time to the leading group, and they're in a bit of their own battle right now.
Yeah, I think there's quite a few DRS trains emerging from this little group, and I think with the likes of Sad out of that DRS range, I think it's kind of like the tale of two halves in a way as well. And I think Funky Chicken has probably had another off as well, or it might be someone else, as Packer going side by side with Cam Rules to the inside. Nicely done goes the QBR man. Nice to see him racing. And don't forget, some teams do have some American people, so they are able to get some American drivers to race at this graveyard shift. Well, we are technically early morning, aren't we now, Omi? Has one other yellow flag. That's rolled throughout the race. And he's retired on track, I think. Yes, he's retired on track. So, stewards, if you're watching, penalty, 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 penalty.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, actually, no, his car's still going, I believe. So, yeah, he does get a penalty for that.
Yeah. Well, we are now in the morning shift, but for me who hasn't slept at all, it kind of just still feels like the graveyard shift as well. But it's getting very close between our leaders.
It is getting quite close. Sorry, I'm just letting the stewards know about what's going on because I'm kind of multitasking because I'm a bit of a multitasker. Woohoo! But I think this is going to be tight hairpin coming up as well. Close to the wall. I find it tricky when I race around here as well. As Campbell is pulling away. Here comes Tope on the back of Wollongong. Is he going to think twice about this? Well, Wollongong is going to be like, you know what? If you can't do it, I'm going to do it. As Wollongong gets past Campbell to the inside. Tope's going to get a good slipstream on Campbell and Wollongong. He's going to try and get two cars into one. Can he make it stick as Wollongong? And we've got Tope as well that's going to join in the fray. Wollongong takes the lead. Campbell has dropped down into third. And bearing in mind, he does have that free second time penalty to his name. Montana, if I was him, I would just sit back a little bit because it can get very, very spicy.
Yep, absolutely. As well, right now as Daniel Gavin picks up a 3-second time penalty, and you can see now we're going to have Montana trying to get past Campbell down the inside, late on the brakes. He's going to get that one done as well, and trying to get the up and under will be Campbell, and they've collided and they've made contact, and Campbell makes contact as he rejoins the road now. But that was always going to happen as they were all battling over different racing lines, and both of their lines turn into one and contacts made.
That was a shame. It was not on, unfortunately, but surely it will probably be investigated by the stewards as Tope gets the lead from Wollongong. So Tope into P1 at the moment, so doing a decent job for their team. And look at Jerry Van Bussel. He is in third place for Green Fly Racing. So nice to see that he's still in this and has avoided trouble. We will expect to see first pit stops happening round about now as we are seeing the likes of Campbell, and Chocker Campbell obviously had to pit because of his damage. And I wonder if people have got damage near the back as well, or if it is just strategy. Fair play to the ones on the soft tyres for keeping those soft tyres last for a bit longer. I don't think I would have done that as well. Fox Blue saying in the chat that he's just waking up for his stint. Hope you had a good sleep, my friend, and hope you're looking forward to the rest of the day and you're refreshed, ready to go for the morning ahead for you. If it's morning for you, it should be morning for you. There's lap 10 and 35 now. Tope still leads, but for how much longer? I think Wollongong is starting to drop back on the back of him, and Jerry Van Bussel is going to use this as an opportunity to pounce. We'll see what he can do. He's hardly got any battery to deploy, so I think he's just going to sit back and be a little bit patient so far. And we got a pit stop, and unsurprisingly, Jerry Van Bussel, that was close to the wall. And Wollongong has gone in into the pits.
Yeah, Wollongong has dived it into the pit lane as well, as you see Colin making a move, and he gets his way past Niaz as well to move up to 7th position. But yeah, a few pit stops now starting to happen. We obviously have the 2 pit stops that the drivers do have to make, as it is in every single race as well. This is the first one, as we do see now Wollongong make his way out on to the circuit, and they're behind Marlon, who pit a few laps ago.
So Marlon with a big undercut. That just shows how powerful it is. It's one of the shortest, pretty much, pit lane losses of the calendar. And you're going to lose so much time if you stay out. So Marlon, effectively, your net race leader. And you're seeing the effect that the fresh tyres are definitely giving him. And he's going to try and go for the move before even the braking zone. To the left-hand side. It goes side by side. And there we go. Nicely done from Marlon. I'm not sure he's going to have DRS to that effect, but we'll keep an eye on that. We'll look to see if the flap goes open. I think he does have DRS, so he's timed that very well. And is Sad going to be able to catch up? It's going to be tight. Wollongong on the fresher rubber does get past Colin up into 7th spot. And is Colin coming? Oh no, Colin! Colin has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but the pit lane entry is so short. It was inevitable for Colin, unfortunately, or maybe it was a late decision. And Colin, interestingly enough, goes on into the soft compounder tyres. So I wonder if he's going to do 2 soft sits or if he's going to do another medium sit at the end. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, they have no limit on when they can pit, as long as they do to stop Tommy.
Yep, indeed. As well as they all do push on right now, as most of them making their first pit stop, and some about to as well. But the undercut being really, really powerful, as you can see by Marlon. As we mentioned, 3 laps, obviously, that he's had on that tyre, but he pit earlier, and he's been able to get the undercut, and it's worked out perfectly for him as well. I believe the yellows were for Sieb in the IRT at a moment.
Yeah, I think it was Sieb, unfortunately. I wonder if he's back in the session. Yeah, he is back in the session. That is good. And I think we have a lot of ghosting going on for the likes of Chicken. But I'm just trying to go on board with the F7R man of, well, it's the Green Fly man from Jerry Van Bussel, who's chasing down NXX Montana for P2. He's not chasing down Type in the way that I thought he was going to get. And I'm jealous with Fox Blue, who's just ordered a sausage and egg muffin at the moment. Can it be ordered to my house?
I just want my sleep, to be honest, after this one.
You definitely earned this, because you've done quite a lot of the night stint, so a massive shout out to you. But Packer gets past Cam Rawls, but Cam Rawls is not going to put up a fight there, as Cam Rawls is up into 13th place. He's on the mediums as well. Nice to see the varying of the strategies as well. Nice to see quite a few of you waking up as well. Thanks for yourselves getting some sleep. Feel very jealous here. As Tope, Montana and Matthew Bassett come in. And I believe that's for their first stop. Yes, it is. It is for their first stops. And all of them is for the medium compounder tyres. So it just leaves Jerry Van Bussel to come into the pit momentarily. So we'll watch, I believe, Tope, who comes out ahead in the 2nd place. Marlon is your net race leader. Wollongong is in a net 2nd, and Tope is a net 3rd currently. And look at this, Gary in a net P4. He's doing very well around the calendar. I don't think he was meant to race here, and he's got called to race in last minute. And he's in a net P4 at the moment, with Jerry Van Bussel still to pit.
Yeah.
So he's doing nice right now. So great to see him making his way through the order.
Yep, what we love to see as well. So let's hope he can keep it up for the rest of this one as well, as Sieb gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits, which, as we already mentioned, going to be a major issue in this one.
Yes, as Wollongong tries to go down the inside of Marlon in towards the final corner, which he does. Yes, he does. There we go. So Wollongong up into 2nd on the road. Jay Van Bussel does a similar strategy to what we saw Colin do and go on to the soft compounder tyres, but he's going to, as you can see, going to drop way down the donation order. Let me check what the donation goal is so far. £849. Okay, so we're still on that. We are still on that at the moment. If we get to £900, I promise I will do something. But that's but if that does happen after I go off, it will have to be at the end of the stream. At when I come on with the other admins later on. So yeah. So we're still giving you a long deadline for that as well. Hopefully I don't get to do it, please, because A, I haven't thought of a song to sing yet, and B, I just need beauty sleep right now as Colin gets past Sad up into 11th position. And he's got a 5-second time penalty right now, but he's going to serve it in the pit lane as Sad on corner entry. Going to try and get past once again, but Colin's like, no, that is my corner. I want to get past Sunshine, which he does. We'll see which one of them has the DRS once more as well. We'll keep an eye on the battle up front as well. And I think we could see Marlon trying to get past Wollongong as well. But no, we got Sad trying to get past Colin, which he does. Colin does have the soft rubber, so he's going to use that to his advantage heading towards turn number 1. We'll see what he can do. No, but he's going to have no luck with that whatsoever, so we'll jump to the front of the field as well as the gap starts to close in between Marlon and Wollongong. Wollongong, now your race leader. I think Marlon's medium tyre is starting to fade into the ghost. That's why the fresher tyre is better. We can see Taupe getting close to Marlon's gearbox right now, Amy.
Yep, we definitely can right now as well. As we right now make our way through, and there's going to be a pass for Montana getting through on Matthew Bassett as well. But look how close we have Topi glued onto the back, and now I think we're going to get a change possibly for the lead, maybe for second. Nope, they're going to remain in the same order with that scrap currently going on this lap. So lap 17 we are on now, out of 35, going quickly this race as well. And right now it's Wollongong in the lead, and it's Topi applying some pressure on Marlon right now. Is Jess on mute?
I'll keep fighting for P1, Wollongong, and everyone else just keeps fighting behind. So I think that's what Wollongong's going to try and do, and he's going to hope that Marlon is going to struggle, and I think Taupe is going to try and close in. Look up for Marlon as they head towards the hairpin, and I think the gap's going to be out of DRS range if you're not careful. Taupe's got to get the move done ASAP, which he does. Taupe up to second, and now he's closing in on Wollongong. Look at that straight line speed that he's got on that car, and again just about avoids the wall. Jay Van Bussel getting past Matthew Bassett in 6th spot at the moment. So everyone has done at least one stop, unless you're Funky Chicken, who's probably struggling to get back into the session, believe it or not. But everyone else has done at least one stop. You wouldn't want to go on the hards realistically as well. You just don't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. As we now continue to see Topi getting very close to the back of Wollongong as well. Montana getting his way past Gary as they have a switch off positions now. Colin picking up a 3-second time penalty.
Penalties are racking up at this track, aren't they, Omi? I'm not really that surprised, to be honest, as Taupe gets past Wollongong in the braking zone. But how much longer is he going to stay alongside Wollongong and defend this? Wollongong is going to be not giving up without a fight. I don't know who has DRS. Taupe has DRS, and Wollongong is going to be thinking, no, that DRS should be mine, Sunshine. And I don't know why I said it that way, but it is the excuse that it's early morning here in the UK. And a yellow flag, that is Cam Rules.
Well, someone denoted something.
Wait, surely not. Surely not. 858. BK
Come on,
for
guys.
Context of Speed. Thank you very much. Well, £858. So He's saying, love heart from context to speed. So, yes. Thank you very much. Your donations will be greatly appreciated. So, we do like it. We do like your support as Jerry Van Bussel gets past Gary on those set of the soft compounded tyres. And don't forget, there's going to be quite a few people that will go on the soft at the end. So for now, Jerry's going to be quick at the moment, but later on, he's going to probably go on to the medium tyres, unless he's going to go on to a set of the soft tyres. And someone get the super hards out, according to Mike, if you say so. As Yuri gets a penalty once again. And what happened there? Oh no, someone's hit the wall. Who was that?
Oh, that's Gary.
That's Gary that's hit the wall. That is annoying. No, Gary, don't do that. You're going to get disqualified. Wait, how did he not get disqualified by doing that? Fair play. Oh, and Gary's left the session. Gary, you're not meant to retire like that.
I think there's a lot of angry drivers right now in the field because they were banging wheels.
Yeah, you're not meant to do that. So, unfortunately for XL,
Yep.
they might be getting a penalty unless there's proof. I'm going to put it in chat now before I forget, so I'll let you talk, Omi.
Yeah, it did seem like they were angry, a lot of them, because they were absolutely barging each other and sending it up the inside of absolutely really everywhere, really, that they had an opportunity. Anyway, Tope has managed to pull out a 1 second gap as well on Wolakonga. Not really a surprise due to the fresher tyres as well. Marlin still putting a bit of pressure on Jeren. They got very close as well while all of that chaos was happening as well, as we make our way down the straight on lap number 21 now. So still we have another pit stop phase to go, so the race can still really change up.
It can. It could change at a drop of a hat as the drivers make their way through. And there's certain drivers that, like Omi, they won't be racing anymore and just want this race to end. And there'll be certain drivers that want to win this one. And they're not going to know where their team is in the championship just yet until the standings are updated. So they're just going to be pushing for all their might and hoping that the points that they do gain is enough for this one. As Montana right behind Wolakongan, but I think he's out of DRS range. Yes, he is. I think I'm gonna predict lap 23 is where we're gonna see potential pit stops.
Getting around them, we'll start seeing the pit stops come in as well. So going to be an interesting part of the race, as we now see Jeren diving to the inside of Matthew Besser, and he makes the move.
Yep, he does. He does get the move done. And he's up into 4th spot in those soft tyres. But when those softs could give up the ghost, I hope it doesn't for him. Marlon picks up a penalty. And I think I'm just starting to respect the drivers who have not got penalties. Daniel, pitted. Colin, pitted. I know Daniel's going to go on to mediums. I think Colin could go on to mediums as well, unless he changes his mind. Yep, he's going to go on to the medium compound of tyres. And Ivan Mike is calling Gary the Irish Nightmare. That is true. That is true. Because he rage quit. As Montana gets past Wolakongan up into 2nd place, as Wolakongan, Omi, comes into the pit lane.
Yep, so obviously he pitted much more earlier in the first stint, so he was losing out, as well as Tope managed to gain a few seconds on him, get up the road a bit, and then Montana also just got past. So it is time to make a pit stop now for him, as he's going to be coming back out onto the circuit. So he should have a bit of an advantage. He'll be hoping that he can get a bit of an undercut as well. But the question is going to be, once again, can Tope and Montana, first of all, be jumped by Volakongan, and if they can, then by how much?
Well, I was just posting the 5-point deduction for Team XL for having the Irish Nightmare every time on track. And he's an admin. He should set an example, Mr. Admin, Mr. Gary. Yeah, I just thought if I don't do it now, I'll forget otherwise. That was an easy slam dunk. It was caught on stream. I'm sorry. There's probably people who are gonna hate you now, but they're probably gonna people that's gonna hate me as well. Matthew Bassett to the inside of Mr. Jerry Van. Nope. Okay, he's not going side by side with Mr. Jerry Van Bussel because he's pitting.
Yes, he's pitting as well. Interesting. Soft compound of tires.
Soft compound of tires for ABS then. So is that going to work to the end? We have seen how the undercut has been powerful before around this circuit. And all around the outside, out of the pit lane, Matthew Bassett just gets ahead of Campbell, who's still yet to do their two-stop.
Yep, definitely is. As well, still yet to do his two stops so far, as some of the drivers continuing on. But yeah, Matthew Bassett now going to try and get up the road to get onto the back of Volakongan. And obviously we'll see where the other drivers also filter out when they make their pit stops.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting as well. Oh, Mike saying not my admin. You really that mean? Well, to be honest, I would have probably said exactly the same thing because I can roast my fellow colleagues as Jerry Van Bussel goes into the pit lane. So does Marlon. The pit stops are coming in thick and fast. So sit back and fasten your seat belts. This is going to be a very bumpy ride. £857 being donated to Special Effect right now, and currently there is still time for you to donate if you haven't already. We hope to reach the £1,000 goal that we have set ourselves, so if you haven't already, please donate. Even if just a few pounds, it is better than nothing. And the page, I think, will still remain open for quite a bit, just in case you're waiting until your paycheck comes through from work. So Sad comes in to the pits, and he's going to come out quite low down at the moment, but bearing in mind we've still got people yet to do that. And Marlon hasn't slept, actually, because he needed to take over some races. So for NLR's sake, let's just hope that NLR allows Marlon to have some sleep, because he's still racing when he shouldn't have done. As Tope comes in for a set of soft tyres too. So we'll watch to see where that comes out. There is Volakongan then. On those medium tyres, Matthew Bassett following directly behind them. Where is that going to put Tope? Don't forget, it is a very short pit lane exit. And it is Tope that gets ahead of Volakongan. And with those soft tyres, he's going to think about maybe pushing to the limit. Cam Rules gets a 3-second time penalty due to multiple warnings.
Yep.
I thought we lost you there, but you're okay. You're good.
Okay, brilliant. So, Montana then will be diving it into the pit lane soon as well. We've had Speed Racer, who's just come in to the pit lane. Then Jendrick will also be hopefully coming in soon. But now let's see them. Who I think it's going to be Tope on his way, or Tope on his way to victory now at this stage, unless Montana can do something at the end.
Montana, soft tyres. Volakongan, I think, and Daniel Gaming are the outliers here in this one. As Montana's going to exit the pit lane. Volakongan and Matthew Bass are going to jump in. Jerry's going to jump in. He's going to lose a lot of time. But he's going to be on the fresher rubber towards the end of this race. So I think this might help him a little bit here. But it is a place where you can overtake as well. So Montana, he's got no penalties as well. Okay, he just about avoided the wall there. Back to Montana. But yes, he is in a really good position to potentially get a second place from this. So he's going to be probably told by the people in his team to say that it is hammer time.
Yes, absolutely. He needs now to go on to the attack and get past cars as soon as possible if he wants to have any chance, as well as Daniel picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits.
Another one. I think I won't be surprised if everyone get a time penalty at the end of it as well. As we're about to start lap 28 of 35. Tope still leads Volokongan in the P2. Tope is pulling away like no tomorrow. So Volokongan is going to be under threat from Matthew Bassett now. I will get the telemetry up because some of you may want it, and it's also for my benefit too. So Matthew Bassett is on 13% of battery. Volokongan is on 59%. Jay Van Bussel is on 16%. Montana is on about 40%. Marlon is on about 14% as well. Trucker is on about 30%. So they all giving it everything right now. And just a little bit information as well. And we got a 5-point deduction to Thomas Eximrated for retiring on track. Naughty, Thomas. Oh yeah, it was Ralph, wasn't it, that did that? I just realised that.
Yep.
Why did I forget to put that in the stewards reports? I'm an absolute idiot. Naughty admin, me. Naughty admin. Meanwhile, Montana gets past Jerry Van Bussel up into 4th. So I said to him that he needs to put the hammer down, and Omi, he's definitely putting the hammer down.
Yep, he absolutely is as well. As now he's going to try to get onto the back of the next few cars. He's got a ghost car directly in front of him. That's out of the way. And our next up are the two drivers who are 2nd and 3rd in the race. And then he's going to have a 4-second gap to close in to get on to the back of Tope. I think 2nd is definitely on here. But first,
you never know. First might be possible for Montana.
Yeah.
We know he's a quick driver. He is a quick driver. So don't count out Montana out yet. Don't count him out.
Yeah, definitely. I think he could do it. I think 2nd's confirmed, but first he has a good chance of it as well.
Yes. I think we got people side by side in the hairpin. That is Matthew Bassett versus Volokongan. Volokongan's mediums are starting to be a little bit more vulnerable towards the end of this race. Matthew Bassett using those softs to his advantage and gets past Volokongan up into 2nd place. But bearing in mind, Matthew Bassett has that time penalty to his name, whereas Volokongan does not. Meanwhile, Montana trying to do exactly the same thing. He's up into the podium positions. All he's got to do is he's going to hope that he gets no more time penalties, as he's got around about a 3-tenth gap between himself and Matthew Bassett. So he's in a net 2nd. But we know Montana, he likes to win, and he wants to win in style, as Jay Van Bussel going for a late send on Volokongan. The action is really starting to heat up here in Canada. Passing towards turn 7, heading towards this DRS straight, the back straight in towards turn number 8. And Jay Van Bussel beautifully timed there. And if you're on the mediums, you're going to get absolutely boxed in. But it does depend on whether people have penalties or not. So you've got to think a little bit strategically here, because you will get told who's got penalties and who has not. So Montana, it is next chance to get past another car. He's on 10% battery. He hasn't got enough, but maybe he will get past even without ERS. He does get past without ERS. He's up into 2nd place. Can Montana catch Tope by 5.5 seconds? It's going to be a tall order, but if anyone could do it, Omi, Montana can.
Yeah, absolutely. He has got to get every single one of these corners right as well. And he's going to really have to go on the attack. It's going to be a hard task, but let's see if he's going to be able to do it. Definitely going to be hard, but he really needs to push right now to the limit.
Yes, as he's got Montana, I think he's got past a ghost car. I thought it was actually for position, but I think what Montana should have done was had a bit of DRS. Oh, he's got a bit of DRS from that ghost car. Oh, so he's going to use that to close the gap just a little bit more. That's really going to help him. So Montana's going to be like, oh, thank you very much. That's my position gained. So that's always a bonus for Montana. But the battle we're seeing now is between Jerry Van Bussel and Matthew Bassett. This ghost car is not going to help whatsoever. I'm sure Jerry Van Bussel won't care too much as he's right on the cusp of getting past Matthew Bassett. He's got less ERS than him, so this should be easy pickings for the Greenfly Racing team car. Oh, he's got a penalty, and so is Matthew Bassett, Omi.
Oh, and they're both hitting each other as well as they make their way towards turn number 1. And Matthew Bassett trying to find a gap down the inside. He's so late on the brakes as he tries to fight his way through off
contact!
the road. Oh, and contact.
Contact is being made, unfortunately. Oh, that is just absolutely gutting.
Yep, it is. As well. And definitely, I think that we've seen in this race at least a lot of drivers expressing their feelings if they're not happy about something.
It has to be Canada, hasn't it? Canada always tends to bring, I think, a lot of chaos for the drivers.
Yes.
Why did I pick Canada to commentate? Usually I think it's fun. But because it's obviously the early mornings, things do tend to creep in, of course.
Yep.
And closing in once more as we've got, I think, about 4 laps to go of this Canadian Grand Prix. Up next will be Miami, another American track. So we are in the North American continent for quite a bit now. North American Canada, I should say. As another lapped car, Matthew Bassett does get past and just about avoids the wall. And Tope is pulling away like a madman. So I think, unfortunately, Montana is not going to get the gap that he needed to close in on Tope. Last year, Canada snapped. I agree. Canada was quite fun. I believe I commentated on that. I might be wrong. Or was it the race before I was racing? Or did I race in that one? I can't remember. I might have raced in that one, actually. I was either racing in it or commentating on it anyway, but it was a long time ago. It was last year. But anyway. And the mic's still up. Bless his heart. But anyway, Volokongan still doing a good job, to be fair, keeping up with Matthew Bassett. And believe it or not, he doesn't really have to fight this because his tyres, realistically, I think they're the best tyre to be on right now. He's challenging Matthew Bassett. He was told to be patient, and the patience is about to be awarded by Mr. Volokongan from EMM as the DRS activation point is coming. And Volokongan up into 3rd position. And is he going to catch up to the cars in front? I don't think so, but on lap 34 of 35, and Matthew Bassett is going to be charging once again, heading towards turn number 1. No, he thinks better of it the next time round.
Yep, absolutely. On to the penultimate lap of the race. We go now as well, as Tope is on his way to victory. They're still battling all throughout the field. As a few
Daniel
more penalties
Gaming,
coming
lots of
in.
penalties. We've got lots of penalties flying through from the drivers. Ooh. That is
Yeah,
not
plenty
good.
of penalties.
Yeah, we do have quite a few penalties.
Well done to all of the drivers who haven't got any penalties.
I think a few drivers have got no penalties at all. So fair play to them.
Yep, the top 3 as well. Same with LT.
Oh, yellow
Rock.
flag. That is, I don't know. That's turn number 1. That is, oh, that's Packer that's gone off. It's Packer that has gone off, unfortunately. But riding on board with Tope for the final lap of this race, and he's going to get DRS as well. That's going to help him even more. Jerry Van Bussel gets past Matthew Bassett into the penultimate corner. But is Matthew Bassett going to get a good run in towards turn number 1? This is the final lap. They can't afford to take much risks here, but they got to try and get past. Hopefully not that much contact again. They do make contact again. Boys, keep it clean. This is a charity event, not a league race. As they go in towards turn 3 and in towards a tricky turn 4 where we've seen quite a lot of people get time penalties today. And I think this could be interesting in terms of points for Greenfly Racing as they try to close in on NXX right now. Again, we obviously don't know the standings Luckily, we have a few more admins online that will be doing the standings for us because I don't have a brain to function with the standings currently. More yellow flags in the background. NXX Montana going to come across the line in second, but it is Tope who hasn't put a foot wrong here today. He comes up to the line to win in Canada. Incredible job from him for his team. Montana's going to come across the line in second. Volakongan, brilliant job from him. He's going to come across the line in third. He's going to get the podium. His mediums hold off in the end. Jerry Van Bussel just about finishes ahead of Matthew Bassett in fifth. So the order pretty much doesn't change for the top five. Scrap that. Marlon has got ahead of Matthew Bassett. Campbell is going to be come across the line in seventh, but I believe Trucker will get ahead of him. I think it depends how many penalties Trucker has got. Nope, they stay behind for now. Daniel Gaming comes across the line in ninth, and it's just Packer, Colin, and Sad who will come across the line. A race of two halves, really, but the last few laps, quite entertaining.
Yep, the last 2 laps really entertaining as well, as Colin gets an extra position, and we know what Sado
10th place again for Colin. He got 10th last time in Imola. He was very happy with that, and he's probably going to tell me after this that he's happy with 10th as well. So well done, Colin, if you're watching. Great
Good
stuff.
job.
That's going to be good points for ERT, at least. He was probably expecting to be near the back after this, but that's an interesting podium celebration there as Tope stumbles on the podium. Anyway, so Tope wins from Montana. Montana gets the fastest lap. Then we got Volakongan, Jerry Van Bussel, Marlon, Matthew Bassett, Campbell, Trucker, Daniel Gaiman, and Colin, your top 10. Then we've got Packer, Sad, Hendrick, Camels, Yuri, CM, Funky Chicken, and we got our 2 retirements, 2 retired on track, Gary and Walter, tut to them, and Bosch Evans did not make it to the start line. So, Omi, you are done for the event. Thank you for all your help as well, during the night shift especially. You've done amazing. How did you find your first ever 24 hours of F1? Would you like to do it again next year?
Absolutely. It was absolutely phenomenal. Loved all of the action and really enjoyed the night shift as well. So yeah, definitely I'll be here next year.
Yay! Thank you, Omi. And I'm sure people would appreciate your support then as well. But we are going to wrap things up, take a short break once again. Omi will be gone, but I'll be back for 1 more hour, joining alongside Aiden for the first time in 6 months. So I'm really excited for that. That's going to be fun. Hopefully that should be a reason to keep myself awake, and then I could go to sleep after Miami. So I'm looking forward to that. But we'll leave you with a short break whilst we get the next lobby set up. So bear with, guys. Thank you for joining us for this stint. And we'll see you for race 18 in Miami in just a few moments' time. Thank you very much. Welcome along to the 24 hours of F1.
We're currently taking a short break to get the next lobby set up.
In the meantime, why not check out our Just Giving page and donate to our chosen charity, Special Effect.
The team at Special Effect offer great technological solutions to help those with physical challenges all across the world.
And anything you give will help transform a person's life with bespoke setups thanks to the teams of occupational therapists and gaming specialists.
We're aiming to raise £1,000 for this event, so if you can, any amount big or small, please give today.
Thank you for your support.
Welcome along to the 24 hours of F1.
We're currently taking a short break to get the next lobby set up.
In the meantime, why not check out our Just Giving page and donate to our chosen charity, Special Effect.
The team at Special Effect offer great technological solutions to help those with physical challenges all across the world.
And anything you give will help transform a person's life with bespoke setups thanks to the teams of occupational therapists and gaming specialists.
We're aiming to raise £1,000 for this event, so if you can, any amount big or small, please give today.
Thank you for your support.
Hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome once again to 24 Hours of F1. We are racing in Miami, the home of the Hard Rock Stadium, the home of the Miami Dolphins for the Miami Grand Prix. We got every driver that's meant to be in the lobby, which is great to see. It would help if I press spectate. That's probably why they're waiting, because I forgot to press spectate because I'm a naughty girl. There we go. Now they can get underway very soon. My name is Jess Ball, and I'm very delighted to say I'm joined by the Rally King, who has been my co-com for, I think, absolutely ages, and we haven't commentated for 6 months now, so he's reunited. He's doing 2 stints, one with me and one with Chris Buxton. It is, of course, car mentalist Aidan Carter. Aidan, welcome to the 24 Hours once again. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been a long time. Like you say, we commentated, I think, over 3 seasons of PSGL, PSF1, which was a really great time. Taking some time away from commentary, but what a better event to come back for, just to do a bit of commentary stuff. So yeah, looking forward to it. Really excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. We have got the driver list for this one as well. I don't know who we're waiting for, so we will have to double check on that one. So for ABS Racing Team, we have Justin Chevalier. We got Cone Racing Team for G Hargreaves, Contest of Speed, Orlando 1002. We got Contest of Speed Esports driven by Matt. Funky Chicken is in CSL. Macho is meant to be racing in EMM. Senna for ERT. Cian Arm for Esports Wales. Wysek for XL. Aurelian for Greenfly Racing. Cross Liam for IRT. Justin for NLR Esports. Nathan for QBR. Sweet Crown for Relentless. Liam Craig for Thomas Eng Sim Racing. Elliot for Team Hamburger Reloaded. Cucumber for NXX. Yuri for Team Speed Esports. Matthew Cedar for Velocity Esports Racing. And Foxer Blue 1884 for X Esports. So that is your grid, of course, as well. I expect you don't know much of these names because you haven't commentated on them in a while, but I think I know you know a certain someone, Funky Chicken, right?
Yeah, I do know Funky Chicken very well. I know a few names on this list. I do recognise from my PlayStation days, the likes of Mats and Senna, Unarmed. I know Nathan, of course, as well. Sweet Crown, quite a few names on there that I recognise. But yeah, it's always weird to jump back in, having been away for 6 months and just seeing so many new names across the board. So it's going to take a little while to get used to.
Yeah, I believe it is Funky Chicken that we're waiting for. And it was probably my fault because he's probably not added to the Discord chat. So there we go. Funky Chicken, if you are watching, please join. That will be amazing. We are raising money, by the way. Oh, the stream is a bit quiet, apparently. Okay, that's not my end. I think we're okay with that one. I think it is just your end, unfortunately. It's probably quite early on for you. But we are raising money for Special Effects currently that aim to support people for who have physical conditions to help them with their gaming. Let me get the exact thing up. There we go. Special Effects are a charity that transforms the lives of people with physical challenges right across the world through the use of technology. They're enabling inclusion and enjoyment by helping people to unlock the magic of video games to the best of their abilities. They're bringing communication independence and hope for people in intensive care units with severe injuries, and they're using robots to reconnect medically isolated children. I need to check the current total. Well, £860. George Hargreaves donated recently 7 minutes ago, so thank you very much. £40 away from reaching our next goal of £900. £100, and we've got Funky Chicken that's going, hopefully going into the Facebook group. It's early, my bad. PS group, so hopefully we can get underway very, very soon. And someone is saying, is it enough time to get coffee? Maybe, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. I've got my coffee ready as well. It's a nice early start for me, and of course it's Christmas season as well, so it's the weekends of meeting up with everybody before Christmas happens. So long weekend so far. So if my voice is a bit froggy this morning, then you'll understand why. It's been a bit of a busy weekend so far.
Yeah, to be honest, I was struggling in that last one as well with my voice, not gonna lie. But at least at least my eyes are okay now. I managed to get out for the entire event. I managed to get 1 hour sleep. That's it, 1 hour sleep, and I'm gonna get some more sleep afterwards. So there we go. 8:34 here in Australia. Oh, that's great to see as well. BK's watching from Canada. It's midnight over there. Fair play for you staying up for this long as well. Funky Chicken is still not here, so I wonder, Aiden, has he fallen asleep? I'm not surprised if he's fallen asleep. We should be getting underway very soon.
Yeah, it's a shame he's not here. If he has fallen asleep, then I don't want to say I don't blame him, but I don't blame him. It's early in the morning. If he's fallen asleep, then there's things he can't help. But hopefully, if he can't join, then hopefully one of the CSL members is able to cover for him. But yeah, not sure where he is, unfortunately. But hopefully he's here in time. But we don't want to delay too long. So if anybody from CSL is watching, try and get into
try and get him in, please.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no points. I don't know what the standings are currently, so I don't know what has happened then. I think we are quite delayed, so ideally if we can go in the next minute or two, that would be lovely, guys. If you're watching this on stream, I thought we were going to get going now, but it was my silly fault for forgetting to press the spectator menu. If I had the power, which I don't have the power for this hobby, I would have started right now. So there we go. So it was J. Cole's end that we were quite quiet. I thought so because I had my mics on quite loud actually. So there we go. Yeah, they are going. So hopefully we should get underway very, very soon. Miami is always a track for chaos, but it can be a good track for league racing as well. First season Formula 1 2022, raced twice in the United States. Back then as well, and it's raced 3 times in the United States this year as well. Of course, Las Vegas being one of them. We raced in Las Vegas recently in the 24 hours as well. And there are some difficult parts of the circuit. Of course, you've got the first DRS zone, and that is quite tricky as well. Turn 14 and 16, the crest coming up there as well, and the very bumpy penultimate few corners as well. So we should be in for some great action. And of course, we've got one-shot qualifying coming up, and I can't remember who's starting last for this one. Somebody should be starting last, and it is Team Hamburger. Elliot is going to be starting last in Miami, I believe. Yes, he is. So there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Going to start from the back of the field, and honestly, around a track like Miami, that's not really a bad thing, is it? Like you say, it's a bit of a chaotic circuit, to say the least. Is Miami? It does tend to stir up some sort of drama, especially the first part of the lap, opening in the race. It's obviously quite high speed, and that on slightly cold tyres or drivers that aren't quite into the rhythm yet is very difficult. So yeah, it's going to be a tricky one. This is it's a track of three sectors of 3 very different kind of characteristics, isn't it? It's very high speed, very flowing in the first part. It's a lot of straights and start-stop corners in the middle, and then the last one is pretty much one straight and a hairpin. So it's a bit of a bizarre track to try and get into a rhythm to.
I didn't want to be the one racing in this one, so I'm glad I'm in the commentary box for that one. I'm sure you are too as well, because have you had any fond memories on the PC side around Miami yet when you've been doing PSGL there?
No, I've not had any fun memories, if I'm completely honest. I think I did one race here, and I ended up in the wall at one point. I believe in the very slow section in the middle, where just one of those silly curb hops that you do around Miami. So it's very easy to do.
Yes. Should we go on board with Nathan? Or unless Nathan's starting last, which I hope he's not. No, he's not. So let's go on board with Nathan, and as he takes you on board a lap around the Miami International Circuit, heading towards turn number 1 for the first time medium speed. Ben now heading towards turn 3 and 4. Full throttle long right bend that leads into a short straight coming up as well. Positive camber as well helps with a bit of grip as they head towards this kink, which is barely a corner, not gonna lie, as he's gonna try and get a bit of power on the apex down this back straight. DRS enabled throughout this as they head towards turn 9 and 10. A medium speed right-hander once again can be taken around about 160 kilometers. No, a bit more than that potentially, as they head towards the Vietnamese corner, which I like to call it because it's similar to what we see in Vietnam. We haven't had a Vietnam race at all since the virtual days. We haven't had it in real life, of course. Heading towards the crest, turn 14 and 15. Nathan seems to be managing it all right in that car, so I think he's going to cope with that lap all right. He's currently not fastest, though, as he goes through the final DRS straight on the lap. You've got to brake early around here and make sure you don't have a too high a brake bias, because you probably do what I do and send yourself into a wall. So here comes Nathan then. Is he going to take that corner right? He takes that corner beautifully, but he's lost a bit of time heading towards the final sector. Macho is going to come across the line and take fastest, but it is Nathan that's going to come across the line in P3 by, I think, 4 tenths separating himself in the end between himself and Macho. So not bad from Nathan. Fair play.
Yeah, not a bad lap at all. With nice and neat and tidy, like you say, it's one of those ones where you don't want to overdrive. So yeah, good job on the board there from Nathan to put it P3 for his team, and yeah, good time on the board as well for Macho to go to the top of the timesheets. Him and Aurelian seem to be quite far clear of the field in that quali session.
Yes, let's run through your order then. We got Macho on pole, Aurelian for Green Flyer Racing in P2. We got Nathan in third, Sweet Crown in fourth, who did well in Austria earlier on. We got Justin in fifth, who's just woken up, bless him. Cucumber in sixth, then we got Fox Blue in seventh, Justin in eighth, Liam in ninth, and Cross Liam in 10th. We got George, who's recently donated, thank you George, in 11th, Cian Armand in 12th, Matt's 13th, Orlando 14th, Wise in 15th, Yuri in 16th, Matthew in 17th. And we got a few disqualifications, and don't forget we got Elliot starting at the back, because obviously we got the will to have done that, so we got 2 invalidations and 1 team who hasn't turned up. Cough, cough, funky chicken, cough, cough.
We're going to be calling him out for that one forever, aren't we, unfortunately? But yeah, it's going to be an interesting race, this one, definitely. I think quite a big field spread in qualifying, but not a surprise around a track this big and it's difficult. So I think we're going to see a lot of kind of split groups in this one, aren't we? It's one of those ones where it's very difficult to find a rhythm around the circuit. So unless you're absolutely dialed into the track and you enjoy the track, it's very very tricky to keep up with the pace of those at the front. So I think we're going to see quite a few split groups of drivers here kind of fighting each other.
Yes, indeed. We are about to get started then as well, so make sure you stay tuned. We've got plenty of other commentators joining you as well. I think a few people waking up from their sleeps to cover the morning shift, and I do appreciate those people. I will owe you something at the end of this. Thank you very much. We still got more mystery tracks to go. We still got more mystery positions to go. Could it be this race? Well, we'll have to wait and see, of course, but I'm not going to reveal anything because it may not be this race. It is not this race, so I'm sorry. Hate to spoil it, but the 5 red lights are on for the Miami Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. Aurelian gets, I think, a better start for Macho, but is he going to get the better getaway towards turn number 1? Looks like it. Nathan to the left-hand side of Aurelian in towards turn number 2, then now heading towards turn 3. Macho is pulling away as well as one driver has run right. We've got a yellow flag. That's a pile up in the background. That's Yuri, Matthew Cedar and Senna that's got caught up in that, but Macho pulling away by over a second. Nathan in second, Aurelian in third. Justin trying to go past Aurelian in towards turn 7. I can't remember what the corner numbers. I think it's turn 7. And Justin's up to third. Carnage in the back, but some great action at the front.
Yeah, great action at the front. Macho, really good start off the line. Already dropped Nathan by quite a distance already. So good start from him at the front of the field. Most of the field through the first lap of this race quite cleanly at the moment. So got some moves coming down into the hairpin. We've got a move further back from Elliot on the Orlando, trying to get a move done down towards the slower section in the back of the field. But yeah, nice and clean up at the front, and everybody starting to spread out just that little bit.
Let's look at those tyres. Orlando's had a bit of an off in the background, and he's got no front wing, so he's going to have to come into the pit lane. Yes, he has got to come into the pit lane.
That is such a shame. That is a real shame. We've also got a move going on for third place. Aurelian's just got back past Justin and up into third place, so he makes another move, and Sweet Crown at the same time getting past the other Justin and up into fifth. So a couple of moves down the back straight into the hairpin before the DRS has even been enabled. Liam Craig and Unarmed now going side by side as well, and Unarmed I think is just going to hold on to that position for the time being.
Yes, he is. He's just about holding on. We've got, I think, Sweet Crown coming in to the pits. Yeah, and we've got Matthew Caesar as well. So the ones who have been involved in damage on that one unsurprisingly, coming in, I think there was a few people that avoided that, even though they had a bit of a spin. So fair play to them for keeping calm. So I might have called out a few drivers willy-nilly, and they didn't get damaged from that. So sorry about that. But Macho still leads, and we will start to see, I think, Swans on the soft start to pull away. Cucumber is on the medium tire, and he's already under pressure from Cross Liam as well. We've got George Hargreaves that's gained a few positions, and Elliot's already up into 12th after starting last, so he's doing a great job so far. Fox Blue being boxed in by the likes of Elliot and Cian Arms, as Elliot gets past Cian Arms up into 11th spot. So Elliot doing a lovely job for that team. Or just about avoiding contact is Fox Blue into that chicane, and he stays in 10th place, a relatively good position for Fox Blue to be in for X Esports, I believe. I am starting to recognise these liveries.
It's starting to come into play. But I don't know if Anar made a mistake before that straight, because Foxpoo and Elliot both basically just drove past him like he wasn't there. So I don't know if he's maybe struggling or something. Maybe he's got a bit of damage on that car, or whether he just made a mistake. I'm not sure. He's trying to come straight back though at Elliot down the back straight in towards the hairpin and move a bit further up as well. That is Liam Craig having a look at Hargraves. As down the inside goes Unarmed on Senna. Oh, no, that's Senna going past Unarmed, so that's going to be another position for Unarmed to be losing potentially. He's just going to hold on to it for the time being, but in his early phases at least, Unarmed qualified well, but he's starting to plummet through the field a little bit early on.
Yep, they are starting to plummet through the field, like you were saying, as Senna trying to get past Cian Armed again, but Cian Armed getting the switch back through turn number 2 and 3. Nicely done from Callum there, up into 12th place. So Senna struggling a little bit there. DRS will be inactivated. Let's keep on board with Nathan, and he's going to look to chase Macho down as well. Macho could be under threat with no DRS here, and I'm looking at Nathan's ERS levels actually. It's fairly low. I think it's single digits, I think, according to his telemetry, as he's going to still try and get past anyway. No, Macho's run out of ERS as well. What about Aurelian's ERS levels? A lot of the front lot of starting to deploy ERS quite... It's depleting quite rapidly, and I'm a bit worried as Elliot and Liam going side by side into that tight little right-hander. Well, left or right-hander. I can't tell my left and right till this time of the morning. Elliot gets past Liam up to 9th.
Yeah, good move there. With now Hargraves going to try and get past, Liam as well. When he's in the wall, he's hit the wall there, coming onto the back straight. That is a lot of damage to the end plate. He's going to have to come into the pit lane, and that is a shame because he is on the medium tyres as well, so that's going to kind of cost his strategy quite badly, unfortunately. Just going back to the front of the field as well, all of those on, as we've got a side-by-side move there, as Cucumber and Justin going side-by-side, I think, coming out of the hairpin. Yeah, down the inside is Macho going to be able to hold on to it. Aurelian's got past Nathan in towards turn number 1. Can he get past Macho as well? Can he make it 2 for 1? Not quite. It's not quite close enough on the entry to turn 1, but good move there from Aurelian up into second place. But that has brought all the drivers in that had just lost DRS back into play again behind them, and all of these top guys running at lower than 20% ERS, apart from, if I remember correctly, Cross Liam. He's the only one that's not running below 20. He's running at 75, so Cross Liam saved a lot of ERS compared to the people in front.
Yep, he has, and I think watch out for Liam later on in this race as well, if he saved a bit of ERS, because the more that these drivers use the ERS and the more that Liam doesn't, he's going to start pushing and he's going to be able to attack, whereas there's not going to be much to defend for some of these guys as well. But I wonder if he's running less straight line speed and more downforce, which may not help him to try and get past Elliot though, so I'm a bit worried if I was Liam Craig as well. Fox Blue, by the way, going side by side. Oh, that's not what you want to do, Sunshine, as Senna now gets past him too. Fox Blue was in a good position, but now he's not.
Yeah, that's a real shame. That's kind of unfortunate. He seems to have gotten away with it without any major damage by the looks of things. I think he seems okay, so he can continue on. But yeah, not a great move there. As Cross Liam using some of that ERS, he's going to get past Cucumber down the back straight, and he is through up into 6th place. Fight for the lead as well. Macho and Nathan trying to go side by side, but Nathan's missed the hairpin by quite a way. That's going to allow Aurelian to try and get back through as well as they run up towards turn number 1. Can he get the move done? He's going to be pinned on the outside. He's going to have to switch to the inside if he wants to get the move done. Not quite there, but they've both caught Macho into the braking zone as well. But neither of them can make the move, so they stay in the same order for the time being. But little mistake there from Nathan, running a little bit wide at the final corner.
Yeah, he's had a good qualifying, but I think he's pushed his tyres a little bit too much in his early stages of this race. Meanwhile, Yuri is doing a great job up into 13th, getting past Wysick as well, but they're going to still go side by side as well. We've got Justin and Aurelian going side by side as well, but we may as well get coverage from the rest of the field as well. Wysick trying to get past in towards I don't know what corner it is.com, but yeah, no harm done there. As a 3 wide between Justin Owen and Liam, and we got Cucumber maybe in it as well. And that is, I think, just him losing it on his own there. There was nowhere to go, and Justin will have to go into the pits, unfortunately.
Yeah, completely lost front wing. That was just a bit too late on the defence there, unfortunately. Justin had such a run down that straight, tried to go to the inside, and Justin kind of reacted to the move rather than defending it, which was always going to cause an incident. And unfortunately for Justin, he's the one that's come off worse. I don't know if the other Justin has got any damage on that car. I'll be amazed if he doesn't, but he seems okay, actually. So he can continue on. He's up to third, but yeah, Justin, for that one, that's unfortunate, but that one is on him. He's going to have to come in and replace that front wing.
Yes, he's going to have to at this stage, and he's going to be fine on the straights around here, but in the corners, no, it's not going to work. So he's going to get his first stop out of the way, and another driver that's getting the first stop out of the way from Greenflight is Aurelian, who's going to probably change on to the medium compound of tyres as well. Yes, he is. I think IRT are coming in as well. Just to avoid the traffic, believe it or not, as well. I don't know how powerful the undercut is, because I haven't done many league races around this, so I have no clue.
Yeah, I've not done many either, but I think the undercut will be quite powerful, maybe not because of the tyres, but because of the fact that everybody's fighting so hard and losing time and not running the best lap times at the moment. So that might be where the benefit is, but unfortunately for the likes of Justin, because he's changed his front wing, that undercut is kind of null and void, because he's lost 6 or 7 seconds in the pit lane change in that front wing. So he's going to hope, I think, that other people maybe fall to a similar fate to him so that he can benefit that way.
Yes, oh my goodness, battle for the lead. Macho, nice move there, but I think he may have overcommitted through that corner, and I think Nathan could get him back. Nope, I think Macho got away with that there. That was lucky from the EMM driver, race leader currently. And I think it's one of their strongest tracks so far, which is great to see, so great job from them. And Alarding a lot better as well. They're keeping their podium streak alive, it looks like, with the likes of Justin, who's 3 temps around, DRS activated. And looks like Nathan's going to get past Macho in towards the final corner. But like I was saying earlier, corner exit is a lot more important than corner entry. So he's got to nail that as well. Otherwise, he's going to lose some time and effort. Nope, he's fine. Nathan is in the lead. Good on him.
Yeah, good move there. Nathan into the lead of the race. And now let's see if he can manage it from the front, or whether that lack of ERS again is maybe going to hurt him a bit. Macho's actually been able to save a bit of ERS in all of that phase of fighting, so he could have come back at him. Justin, though, doing a good job as well in third, holding on to the back of these two, and they've separated themselves from the medium runners. Now Cucumber a little bit all on his own at the moment, but of course, got to remember he's on the medium compound tyre, so he'll be a bit faster maybe later on.
Yeah, I think he's going to be patient. We did see drivers like Volakongan in the last race around Canada, where he was able to, I think, save his tyres to the end, and he managed to get a third place. So maybe that's what Cucumber is hoping, and he's going to be on the softs at the very end as well. Maybe he wants to do softs in later on, like we saw with some teams who played strategy very, very differently today, as well as Macho gets past there. Nathan once again, nicely done. It's going to be, I think, a old switcheroo as well, and Justin wanted to join the fight as well. Meanwhile, Senna trying to get past Liam Craig up into 6th place. Is he going to hold his line through the corner exit? Yes, he does. Senna doing a great job for ERT at the moment on those softs, but bearing in mind some drivers pitted due to damage. But Senna, oh, he's got right on the cuts with Liam as well, and Fox Blue is going to be very tight on entry into this back straight. Is it a tight corner to break into in just a moment? But let's watch Macho get under pressure for Nathan first. Nathan is up to the lead once again. And Senna has lost 2 places from Liam and Fox Blue as he gets past the slipstream. It is an absolute powerful. It's just like Vegas. So I think Senna is not running a car with little downforce. He's running it with a lot of downforce. So everyone pretty much comes in who have pitted on the soft. Liam has come in, interestingly, and he was on mediums.
Yeah, it's a bit of an early pit stop there for Liam. I'm not quite sure maybe why he's gone that early. We'll see what kind of tyres he goes on to. I think he's... that's why Liam's in for a front wing change. So he's obviously hit the wall somewhere or hit another car. So that's unfortunate. He's onto another set of medium compound tyres as well. So that is why he has made that pit stop. And yeah, Nathan was the only one of the soft runners at the front of the field to stay out that lap, which actually in turn could be a good thing, because it means that he's in no traffic. He can focus on his own lap times. But I do worry that because he was in that close fight, he's potentially going to drop behind Macho and Justin as they come out the pit lane, and that will obviously not be what he wants. So yeah, early pit stops then for the 2 leaders. Of course, we had the pit stop earlier on in this race as well from Sweet Crown. Got to remember him. He pitted at the end of lap 1. He's currently running 10th. He's within the DRS train that is following Macho and Justin, but of course his tyres 6 laps older at this point, so he's only going to drop further behind as they go on. He's got Aurelian and Justin right behind, and to be fair to Justin, despite a front wing change, still right in the thick of it. He is just behind Aurelian.
Liam!
Ooh.
Liam, don't forget, pitted 2 laps later, and he's going to be maybe ahead of Macho, but Macho's saying, you're not having that position, Sunshine, and that position is mine. Liam stays behind, and Justin's going to fight this as well, and we've got the ones who've stayed out for a little bit longer also in this fight as well, but they're going to have to pit very, very soon, so that's going to cause, I think, a bit of chaos between them as to try and get past them. Have we got Nathan in the pits? Cucumber stays out, unsurprisingly. And Elliot stays out. Pretty much most of the medium runners stay out, not going to lie. So that will push Macho and Cross Liam up front. As Nathan comes in onto a set of mediums. So he's not going onto the soft stand. He's going onto mediums. So that should be interesting. Is he going to come out in front? I think it might be tight. I think the undercut has worked in the favour of Macho and Liam.
Yeah, the undercuts definitely worked in their favour, but to be fair, actually, to Nathan, he's come out right behind Justin and not like too far behind. So that's actually worked quite well. He's a lap younger tyres and he's still right on the back of them. So that's not actually worked out too badly for him. He's got a bit of a gap behind as well now. Aurelian's managed to get through that pack of cars behind. He's obviously on tyres that are 3 laps older, but he's now got 2 seconds to try and make up on Nathan, which Nathan with the DRS, it's going to be very difficult for Aurelian to try and make that gap as Cross Liam and Justin going side by side. That's Justin getting the move done on Cross Liam after his earlier pit stop. Justin is through up into 5th place on the road, but a net second of all of those that have pitted, and Nathan's going to try and do the same down the inside. Almost a slight bit of contact there, but around the outside on the fresher tyres, Nathan should have the better line for the slow part in the middle of the lap, and he does. Nathan is through. That is Cross Liam down 2 places, but he is still right in the thick of the battle for the lead of this race.
He is, and that will be IRT's best result as well, because there has been mixed feelings for IRT. Has had bad performances in some, but very strong performances on others. So maybe they've got their strong drivers towards the end of this 24 hours to really help them get them back into shape, which is really, really great to see. As Nathan right on the back of this now, he's in a sandwich. As we got Fox Blue into the pit lane, one of the earliest of the medium runners to come into the box. That'll be for their first stop, of course. Nathan, is he going to challenge it towards turn number 1? He's not going towards turn number 1. It will be the back straight where they're going to, try it. Where is Fox Blue going to come out in relation to his main rivals? I think most of them are going to get past them, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. He'll drop to the back of the field, but of course, plenty of time to go in this race. There'll be, not too bad in the end, actually. And he's actually come out in a nice little gap of no cars around him, actually. So he's 2 seconds behind Anand in front and just over 2 seconds ahead of Liam Craig. So that's a nice little gap that he's fallen into there for Fox Blue. So hopefully for him, that will allow him to get into the rhythm of things on this set of tyres, and maybe he can start closing back in on the drivers in front.
Yes, I think a lot of people do. So as Justin gets past Macho, there we go. That's more like it for the NLR guys. As up into 3rd, potentially they could go on to the race win then on the net race leader, NLR as well. I think the NLR guys will be happy if they can keep this up. I'm sure they'll be very, very nervous so far to be able to do so. The walls are just so tight around this circuit. If anyone just hit the slightest tap of the wall when they're trying to fight with someone, then that's their front wing gone. And saying that, I just probably jinxed someone. Who's that? Did I just jinx? I don't even know. I don't know at this point. But anyway, Nathan gets past Macho side by side in towards the start finish straight as well. They're both running out of ERS. I think it's going to be really tight for them to get past as well. And Justin's going to be like, you keep fighting, Sunshine. I will keep that P2. But Nathan keeps ahead of Macho for the time being as Elliot comes into the pit lane for, is it his first stop or second stop? It is his first stop. So it's just Cucumber still yet to do their first stop for now. But everyone else has done at least one. So there we go.
Yeah, first up in the way there for Elliot. He drops back down to 11th place, but he's another one that's fallen into a nice little gap in the field there. So that'll be good for him in the start of this next phase. So yeah, only person yet to pit in this race so far is Cucumber in the lead of this race, doing something a little bit different, but he's part of NSX till we expect anything different from them. So yeah, doing something a little bit different to the rest of them. As here goes Nathan down the inside of Justin on the run down the back straight in towards the hairpin, hits the brakes, and he is comfortably ahead by the time they get to the braking zone. So Nathan back into the lead of this race, but this top 4 starting to break away from the rest of the pack. Aurelian did have a 2-second gap, and you can see now with the DRS of the four drivers in front, doesn't matter if they're fighting or not, Aurelian can't keep up. He's now 3 seconds behind and dropping further back.
Yeah, I think his strategy, not the best whatsoever for Aurelian, but it is a track that he does like, but for around this grid, it's not the best so far. Let's just hope that he can recover ASAP and maybe get the big guns as Cucumber comes into the pit lane for his first stop. So that's everyone that's done, so that will promote Nathan to the race lead. And he keeps the lead down the start-finish straight for the first time in a while, actually. So I think they're going to call it down for the time being before they make their final pit stop in about 3 or 4 laps time, which is going to be quite interesting to see. I think no one has done their 2 stops yet, so I wonder who's going to blink first in that respect. Cucumber is going to only drop down to 7th, so that's not bad. But with NXX, they expect a bit higher for Cucumber.
Yeah, they probably would expect a bit higher, but obviously that will come to them later in the race. They're obviously doing the alternate to everybody else, so they'll have the faster tyres at the end. But of course, it's one of those things where you kind of have to balance out the risk of doing the alternate strategy versus having the track position early on, as Justin and Nathan go side by side once again down the back straight, and they swap positions in the exact same place they did the lap previous. So that is just the power of the DRS. We're noticing it around here especially, aren't we? The DRS is incredibly powerful. I don't know if it's people just running higher downforce compared to people running lower downforce, or whether that is just the power of the DRS, but you wouldn't usually expect to see so many overtakes on the pit lane here. It's so short, but yeah, DRS is very powerful, and having 3 DRS zones on the circuit as well makes it incredibly easy to overtake. So yeah, Justin's got the move done. He's up into the lead, but won't be long before Nathan's back through. The other thing to note there, on this lap so far, Cross Liam in P4 has dropped out of DRS range to the top 3. As there we go, just to say it, Nathan has gone straight back into the lead again at the hairpin. So he is
George is out the race.
Oh, that is such a shame. I think he was going to be the first to make the second stop. He was on the softs, but he's dropped it all on his own by the looks of things before the slow section in the middle of the lap. And yeah, that is him out of the race. That is our first retirement from this race. That is such a shame for Hargraves.
Well, you probably didn't hear this on stream because you were probably asleep. But I said once we get to £900, I said I will sing something. Jav has donated €50 and we're on £903, so I'm going to have to sing after this. Oh my God.
Do we get to choose what you sing, or is it just going to have to be a random draw?
I really don't know at this point, but yeah, thank you so much, Jav, by the way. He's just got up, I think, about an hour ago, but I don't think those bets still existed, or had someone told him about the bet. But anyway, there we go. As Justin gets past Nathan up into the lead. I'm going to have to think about what to sing now. Oh, my God.
I have to think of some ideas as well. But, yeah, thank you, Jav, for the donation to get us up past 900, nearly 1,000 as well, which is really great to see. So let's hopefully we can get that fairly
Nathan's
soon.
Nathan's going to sing again if we hit 1,000.
Well, there you go. Everybody is in the mood to sing for some reason.
No. I was made to. I was made to by Mike and a few other people.
It's a bit of a karaoke evening for us, isn't it, rather than a racing stream. There you go. But, yeah, that's... yeah, that'll be fun to see what you decide to sing there. Luckily, I didn't put myself down to bet to sing, so I'm good. I'm good. That's great to see. But yeah, racing-wise, by the way, Nathan has just got back through again on Justin at the final corner. So he is back up into the lead of this race. The top 3 are driving away. Cross Liam, now that he's lost DRS to the top 3, he has absolutely plummeted off the back of those 3. He's now 4 seconds behind. So yeah, completely dropped back as Justin has retired in the pit lane, unfortunately. I don't know if he's... Yeah, he has. He's just...
-5 penalty points. Stewards.
Yeah.
Stewards.
He just got a track limit penalty on that lap, but yeah, he's just retired by himself in the pit lane. So that seems like a bit of a give up, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. Further down the field, Elliott getting the move done on Senna. He's up into P7, and that will put him at the head of that little small DRS pack. And as I predicted, we've got kind of pockets of little DRS packs forming in this field of kind of groups of 3 and 4 at the moment. There's not really this one huge train that you tend to see at a lot of other tracks. So yeah, big field spread at the moment, but great battle at the front of the field. The top 3 are just driving away at the moment. They're having a great race.
Yeah, so we got some nice words from a certain someone, Mr. James Head, saying, so nice to hear Aiden's voice again. Never changed a bit from the last time I heard. Winky face. Shame he's not doing any more stints, actually, because it would have been nice to hear you both together. And Nathan and Jess collab. No, James, I need some sleep after this, so no. He could collab with someone else, probably Joseph, maybe, later on. But Joseph gets to pick the song for Nathan anyway. We're halfway through this race. I think we're going to see some stops around about now. By the way, I don't know why Matthew's on hards. Probably because he had to get for damage that one. My bad. As Elliot gets past Senna up into 7th place. Senna maybe could get past the both of them potentially with Sweet Crown under pressure. And I think Sweet Crown's going to come into the pits actually.
Yeah, Sweet Crown was one of the other ones that pitted at the end of lap 1. He's on the oldest set of mediums in the field, so he's going to come in and get rid of those. I wonder if he might do hards. We'll see. Maybe he goes for another set of mediums, but he'll have to take those 15 laps in this race, which is quite a long way. But yeah, he's committed to the medium compound tyres, so he's on to those. So we'll see where he comes out, but he'll be a bit further down in a nice big pocket of air in the field at the moment. He'll be ahead of Speedway Racer, but behind Liam Craig, and that's a nice gap to feed out into those tyres. But he's going to have to manage those compared to everybody else who will be pushing like hell for the rest of this race. So that's going to be a bit of a unfortunate incident, unfortunately, there for Sweet Crown. It's not been the greatest race for him strategy-wise. He's further up the field. Cucumber on his alternate strategy, starting to make his way forward. He's got past Crossliam and Aurelium. He's up into 4th, but you can see now, look at the gap back to the leaders now. It's over 5 seconds. That's going to be a lot of time to try and make up, and it's not as if Nathan, Justin and Macho were going to be on old tyres for the rest of the race compared to Cucumber on new tyres. In fact, they're going to have to pit earlier, and that will give them even more of a gap for Cucumber to try and close down. I think it's going to be a bit difficult for Cucumber to close that gap down on this alternate strategy.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to help them whatsoever, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but it is handy to try and take risks, but unfortunately those risks are not going to pay off for the time being as we head to the latter stages of this race. A Sweet Crown, by the way, 1 stop completed for him. Well, 2 stops completed for him, so that's over. But is he going to try and increase the gap? It remains to be seen as Cucumber in the top 4 place. We've got another second driver that's gone to do their 2 stop. That's Cian Arm that's doing his 2 stop for Esports Wales. And is it softs or mediums for him? I won't be surprised if it's soft. No, it's medium size for Cian Armed.
Yeah, no, I think I'm not surprised for that one for Cian Armed. I think the hard tyres don't really seem like a good tyre at all around here, and yeah, softs would be too early for them to get to the end of the race. But a lot of people pitting quite early off this set of medium compound tyres. I think trying to do that undercut and trying to get some track position, but we've already seen from the likes of Cross Liam that pitting early and going on to a fresher set of tyres doesn't necessarily benefit you. Cross Liam's tyres, obviously 3 laps older than Nathan's and 2 laps older than Justin's. You try to get back into that front of that DRS train, but now that he's dropped behind them, he's just dropped further and further back and doesn't really have the pace to keep up. So maybe doing the undercuts to try and pit for fresh tyres isn't really the way around here. It doesn't seem to be working it works in the short term, but not in the long term.
Yeah, I think so, potentially as well. I think if I was Nathan, I would come in right now because you're probably going to have to want the trigger to the undercut, or maybe even Justin as well, because Nathan can't see Justin behind them as well. So I won't be surprised if all of them follow each other in. None of them go in. So
No.
Soft tyres, I think, Aiden.
I think it's definitely potential. We'll have to wait and see what they decide to do. I think if you go into the pits any point beyond lap 20, I think you've got to pick soft compound tyres. I think if you pit now, it will definitely be mediums. But yes, it's a hard call to make, isn't it? Because do you stay out for the softs and hope they last that full stint, or do you go for the mediums that you know will last the full stint that you do, but maybe wouldn't have the ultimate pace? It's a difficult one to balance. I think Cucumber has to go on the soft compound tyres because, of course, he's only run 2 mediums, so he's already made that decision for him. And one thing to note, I did say that Cucumber maybe won't catch these guys. He is absolutely flying, is Cucumber. He has halved the gap to the leaders in just 2 laps. So Cucumber is absolutely flying up to the back of the leaders. So the top 3 are going to have to start thinking about Cucumber in a sec, because they all go 3 wide down at the end of the straight. Oh, big snap of oversteer there on the exit of the corner. I think that was some Macho who got into the lead. They all managed to avoid contact, but may I say that, a little bit of side-to-side contact there, and Nathan gets the 3-second time penalty for track limits in the process as well. That's a real shame for Nathan. That was a kind of more of an avoidance of anything, and all of that fighting for those 3 has put Cucumber right on the back of them. Cucumber has arrived. Never count out NSX. They are right on the back of these guys, and Cucumber is absolutely flying.
He is. I think he's fighting back on this one. We did say at the start that the tyres will come back to help him, and he's done 2 medium stints. He's going to go on softs at the end. So that's why he's waiting for the perfect opportunity to come in. We do have 1 driver that's coming. I believe it's Aurelian that's coming. Yes, it is for a 2-stop. Justin to the inside of Nathan in towards turn number 1. Through the pit exit they go, but Justin holds his line at the moment. but Nathan's not going to give up without a fight. Cucumber is right on the back of this as now. This is going to get very intense for them. I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think Cucumber is going to win this race.
I think it's definitely possible. He's on a really good strategy at the moment. He's got a lot of overspeed compared to the top three. I think the top three have been so focused on each other and fighting each other that they've forgotten that there's an NSX driver in the field, and he is absolutely flying up to the back of these lot. And of course, before he pitted, he was dragging Aurelian with him. The only reason I think Aurelian pitted then is because he's just lost DRS to the back of Cucumber, so he's pitted to try and get the undercut. So Aurelian's not out of this fight either. He is right in the thick of the battle for the win of this race, so do not count him out either. He is a five-way battle at the moment, but you've got to say, with the speed that we're looking at the moment, Cucumber, if he can make clean moves, he could blitz through this top three and get into the lead very, very quickly. It's just dependent on when they pit. I'm sure we're going to see at least one of the top three pit at the end of this lap to try and cover off Aurelian. Aurelian wasn't too far behind, and the three of them fighting is only going to allow Aurelian to close in on that alternate strategy. As they're all closing up on the straight, you can see Nathan trying to get the move on Justin down the inside of the hairpin. Can he get it stopped before he hits the back of Macho? He just about, I think, gets away with that one. There was a slight bit of contact. And again, none of them come into the pit lane. I am surprised. I think they are staying out for that soft compound tyre, but this kind of fighting is going to put, it's brave. It's going to put Aurelian into the lead of this race.
That is, and I think that's going to help. He's catching. He's really catching. He's hoping that this alternate strategy is going to work out for him. We did catch it. We did call him out, saying maybe that's not the best strategy for him, but who knows? He could be the one that's going to be fighting for this lot as well. And we know how long the pit entry could be around Miami as well, so it's going to be tight, but I think the softs may come into play in the end, so I don't know who's going to do well, who's going to win. By the way, we've got a donation from our good friends. I don't know who donated on behalf of them, but it was definitely not me because I'm commentating. It is our good friends at One Hub Racing, so thank you very much for the £25 donation. Great work as always, guys. Thank you very much to whoever donated. I'm not sure who it is. Is it Luke? Is it Nick? It's one of you two at least, or it could be someone else. I don't know. Meanwhile, Cucumber gets past Justin up into third, and with Nathan's penalty, he's in a net P. Well, he's not in a net P2. He's on track P2 at the moment, as Aurelian is a net race leader, but Cucumber is on track to maybe get a podium.
Yeah, I think a podium, is the minimum I think Cucumber can get from this race. Nathan, with that penalty, unless any of these other lead drivers get a penalty, is pretty much out of the fight now. So for Nathan, it's a case of he's got to hope that the other people around him make mistakes, but he's kind of consigned to fifth at the moment as it stands for Nathan, just if no one gets any penalties. And again, none of the top four come into the pit lane. I'm surprised not one of them has taken the bit in the bullet and gone for the move at the moment. But yeah, it's a hard one to note because the soft tyres, of course, will be fast, but they degrade very quickly, and it's not as if the medium tyres are going to run out of pace. A fresh set of medium tyres are going to run out of pace by the end of this race. They won't, because the stint's not long enough. So, yeah, Aurelian's definitely going to be in the lead of this one when they all pit. How big that lead is could be very crucial for his race.
Yes, how big will be quite critical as well towards the end. They are playing it risky. I like the risky strategies. I'm a bit worried though they could lose the optimum pace quite quickly, and that will allow Aurelian to really closing the gap. He's already about 7 seconds behind this train, which is huge. Aurelian is under a gold mine. I think he must be loving life in F7, not F7R. Wrong team, Greenfly. The S7R are all racing under the Greenfly name today as well. And a certain Mr. Thomas Ronha as well. I don't know if he's racing any more races. He's probably asleep right now. But Macho still leads the way with Nathan in second, Cucumber third, Justin in fourth with 10 laps to go of this Miami Grand Prix race. I believe Monza is next. And Chris Buxton will be joining yourself in the commentary box. And it's a wet race. So have fun.
Lovely. Yeah, that's going to be fun, isn't it? I think of all the tracks you don't want a wet race on. Monza's definitely one of them. It's known for its DRS trains, and now you've thrown the wet of them. So that's going to be a nice and fun one, that is, for those guys in that race. As we come to the pit lane, and we have got pit stops into the pit lane, then comes the net top three that we had early on. So Macho, Nathan, and Justin have all come in at the same time. So that's maybe not kind of worked out in their favour because they're now all on exactly the same strategy. No one has any sort of difference. The only one that did stay out, unsurprisingly, is Cucumber. He's stayed out for another lap. I think he'll be in at the end of this lap anyway. There's no point staying out longer. He's got plenty of time to get onto the softs, so he'll be in. Macho comes out of the pit lane in the lead, but Aurelian in the lead of the race.
Oh, no!
And Nathan, another penalty for crossing the white line on the pit exit. That is such a shame for Nathan. But and I think he's put it in the wall. Yes, he has. Nathan's put it in the wall.
That's his race over.
Yeah, that is race done. So the penalty would have consigned him to 5th anyway, and he's now out of the race entirely. So Nathan out of it. That is such a shame. We are down to 4 at the fight at the front. Aurelian's lead at the end, only 1.5 seconds. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. So Aurelian is not miles ahead of Macho like we thought he would. Justin, though, has lost time in the pit lane. He's nowhere near the back of Macho. He's just got past Cross Liam, but he's nearly 3 seconds off the back of Macho. So somewhere in that pit lane shenanigans, Justin's lost a bit of time.
I'm just going to check. Has anyone got double points for this race? Miami. Oh, relentless with Sweet Crown. And they're down in 10th. Oh.
Yeah, it's not been a great race for Sweet Crown. He's obviously been the one that's pitted first in every pit cycle, unfortunately. He's currently 10th and 16 seconds behind Fox Blue, and that is not a pit gap. That is the genuine gap between them because Fox Blue just pitted on that lap. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a lonely race for Sweet Crown. Not a great one, but double points is double points. As long as you finish, you get the double points, so they'll still take that.
Yeah, they will as well. As Cucumber going on to softs, he comes into the pit lane. This is shaping to be a good race so far, and that's going to be Aurelian that's going to be taking the race lead, but we got the ones on the softs that are going to chase him down for this one. Stay with us. It's going to be a nail-biting finish as we've got Greenfly versus EMM versus NLR versus NXX versus IRT. I wouldn't think IRT will be up there as well. And I have to say, ERT as well, doing a pretty decent job. But saying that, Elliot tries to go around the outside of Senna and he goes up into 6th place. But still, ERT doing a decent job there in 7th position.
Yeah, doing a decent job. There's quite a few teams actually that are doing a decent job at the moment. Unarmed doing a good job in P8 at the moment, having a solid race.
Wales.
Yeah, Esports Wales doing a good job. Fox Blue as well, having a good race there. P9 at the moment for him. So, yeah, doing a really good job at the moment. Quite a few people. Fox Blue, of course, racing for X Esports, so my former team. So, good to see them doing really well at the moment in this race as well. And he's actually just got past Unarmed and up into 8th. So, he's steadily working his way through the field on his set of soft compound tyres. So, quite a few teams there having really good races. The top 9 seem to be the only ones that have got through this race without any incident from 10th down. They are it seems like they're in a bit of a second-class race. They're all so far back at the moment, but they've all had some sort of damage or some sort of incident in this race that has put them that far down the field. Aurelian in the lead, but here comes Macho. He's going to go for the move down towards the hairpin. He's got the move done easily. Macho is into the lead, and good thing for Macho, Justin and Cucumber are 3 seconds behind, so this perfect opportunity for Macho to just run away at the front of the field.
Yeah, and with Justin pretty much not the gap that he wanted, Aurelian's going to be probably like the defence masterclass at the moment, him trying to pretty much hold up the likes of Cucumber and Justin and maybe Cross Liam as well, with Cross Liam being on a different strategy as well. Liam Craig getting past Sweet Crown, and oh no, this is double points for them, and if they get 11th downwards, they're not going to get any points.
God, it's such a shame for Sweet Crown. It's usually such a strong driver, but yeah, this race just even from lap 1 onwards has just not gone his way at all. Yeah, Liam Craig has got the move done and he's got much fresher soft compound tyres. He's just going to drive away. Sweet Crown's not going to have the tyre life to fight that one back. So yeah, down to 11th and yeah, not going his way. It's just not been going their way at all, unfortunately, for Relentless. Really has it. It's not been the best of 24-hour races for them, sadly. As Cucumber get this move done on Justin down towards the end of the straight, Cucumber is up into 3rd, but unfortunately for Cucumber, apart from on Aurelian, he doesn't have the huge tyre advantage he did have in the previous stint. So I think Cucumber is going to struggle this time around to try and catch the leaders like he did in the second stint.
Yeah. To be fair, in the last few races, Relentless have done a pretty good job for some of them as well. But there has been some, especially at the start, well, it didn't go as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that reflects in the standings, which is still currently being updated, though, for those of you that are wondering. A bit of a lock-up there from one of the drivers there. I think braking quite deep, hard into that corner. They're keen to get through that corner all right as well. Interestingly enough, Aurelian is still catching up to Macho in P1, so Macho not pulling away as we would have thought right now in P1 currently.
Yeah, not pulling away at all. And actually for Aurelian, this is a really good idea, is that he's got a little bit more ERS. He's let Macho through and he's letting Macho drag him along. So if he dropped out of DRS range or fought really hard, then he would have been straight into the clutches of Cucumber and Justin, and they would have probably very easily gotten past him straight away. So Aurelian just hanging on to the back, using the DRS to pull himself along, although he is perilously close to losing DRS down that straight there. It was 9/10 with the detection point. He's just kept it, but you can see he's clinging on for dear life on those mediums, isn't he, to the back of Macho's car. But I think it's potentially only a matter of time before he loses it. If he can hold on to it, though, that is a huge defence that he's got against Cucumber and Justin.
Yes, definitely. And I have to say, fasten your seatbelts. This is going to be a really crazy ride between EMM versus Greenfly versus NXX as well. Cucumber is catching. So I did say he's going to be fast towards the end of the race, don't he? And he is at the moment, so he could be a threat for winning this one as well. And don't forget, with the mystery positions, I think at the start as well, I think there was one race where the mystery position was P1 and they got double points. So they got 52 points overall with the fastest lap in that race. So that's really helped them there. And they've also had some great races throughout the 24 hours as well. I believe they won the last one. And they're looking to win this one as well, because they won't win 2 years on the trot. We'll have to wait and see, of course, as we're heading to the latter stages of this Grand Prix. And the sooner this race ends, the sooner I can go to sleep. But I have to sing first.
Yeah, you have to sing first. Sing yourself to sleep. Sing a lullaby. That's what we're gonna have to sing or something. But yeah, nice, a fun little routine for you there, isn't it? Stay up through the night on a Sunday, sing in the morning, go to sleep when the sun rises. It's a bit of a
and then get up at like 12
evening.
or 1 o'clock or something.
Yeah, a bit of a weird weekend schedule. Unfortunately, it's going to be a while before you sleep your way out of that schedule. Unfortunately, but yeah, going to be interesting to see what we hear you sing. But back to the racing. Cucumber has now got in DRS range of Aurelian, so every time I say Cucumber's going to find it difficult to catch, he then catches the guys in front almost immediately. So Cucumber's doing a brilliant job in that team, isn't he? NSX just doing a brilliant job overall as well. He's on to the back of Aurelian.
£978.
Oh, nearly at 1,000. Nearly at 1,000, guys.
Nearly at the point where Richie gets to sing later.
Yes, let's try and get that 1,000, guys. We want to see as many songs as we possibly can throughout the rest of this stream. That would be great to see. Yeah, we're almost there. As Cucumber's got the move done on Aurelian. He's up through into second position. So just as when we think Macho's got a clear run to the lead of this race, Cucumber says, no thank you, I'm going to come in and try and steal this one away from you. Cucumber looking really strong, and I think you've got to say now that Cucumber is odds-on favourite to win this race.
Yeah, I agree. I did call it. It was a bold statement. I thought it was a bold statement, but it's proving going to be a bad final lap. And Cucumber has the newer tyres as well, and he's got more ERS. So Macho must be feeling very, very worried right now that one of the favourites in this tournament, NXX, is chasing them down.
Yeah, definitely got to feel it. And the thing is as well, Macho earlier on in this race spent this middle stint saving his ERS. He had almost 100% battery in the middle stint of this race. All of that has gone. For some reason, it's gone to not really much use because he's not really pulled away from anybody. I think he has got the fastest lap at the moment, but that's not going to come to nil. It's going to come to nil if he loses the race to win. I think it's more important to win the race than get the fastest lap. So Macho is going to struggle here. Cucumber straight onto the back of him, but Cucumber's a smart driver. He's got a smart head on those shoulders. He's not going to do the move too early if he thinks that Macho can just cling on and retake the move. Sweet Crown in the double points race has crashed the car.
He's going to get 0 points anyway, so...
Yeah, that's a real shame. But yeah, crashed the car in the same spot as Nathan.
Cucumber.
So Sweet Crown out.
Sorry, I'll let you take this one.
That's all right. Cucumber into the lead. Nice and easy move for him. He's into the lead of the race. Now it's a case of can he pull away or does he just sit at the front and pull them along? It's a difficult one to do, isn't it? Because the DRS is so powerful here that if Macho can keep within half a second, Macho can just breeze back past again. So Cucumber's either got to let them back through and then time a re-overtake, or he's got to try and pull away from them immediately. So it's going to be a difficult one. And driving sideways like that through turn number 2 is not going to help your cause.
No, you definitely don't want to do that because that's going to lose quite a bit of time. I believe everyone's done their 2-stop race. Yes, they have. So they are fighting to the very end at the moment. And with I think we've got more retirements in this race than any other race so far. So that allows the ones who are usually lower point scorers to score some decent points today, which is always great to see. Down this back straight. I think Macho knows what he's doing, isn't he? He's not going to go for the move here.
I don't think he will. I think he'll just sit behind, although I say that the DRS might be so powerful that he can't. He thought about it. Yeah, he thought about it, but yeah, he's a smart driver. He knows what he's doing. It's one of those famous DRS trains that we've come so accustomed to in F1, isn't it? You sit behind and you wait maybe for the final lap to go for the move, and because you've got 3 DRS zones, you've got plenty of opportunity to make that overtake stick. If there was only 1 DRS zone on the circuit, then Macho may have gone for the move, but because you've got 3 to his use, he could just sit behind and wait for the right opportunity. And also because he's sitting behind, he is saving his ERS now, so he's back up above 30%. So the more he can save, the better it is. He has a think down the inside, but again, just decides to back out of it and sit and wait for the right opportunity.
I kind of wish it was like a 75% race, because I think these two would have gone on and on as well. I think Cucumber has done that strategy very well for the NXX team. I did question it, but I'm being proved wrong. So NXX, I'm sorry. Even if they come second, that's still going to be a much better position than when they started. So they're still doing a good job on that front as well. And really, unfortunately, we thought that strategy was going to pay off, but those mediums not hooking up, unfortunately. But he's still going to finish fourth, which is pretty decent. Elliot, by the way, who's in fifth, he's going to like that. He's going to finish there as well. I believe that was the track where he started last, and he's now fifth. So it's another starting last race where it's worked well for a team.
I did mention that before the race started, that actually this could be one of the better tracks for you, that you get that you start at the back of the field because of all the carnage early on. And yeah, he's managed to work his way through the carnage and is now in a comfortable fifth place. So yeah, it's done a brilliant job has Elliot to get up into fifth place. Obviously quite a way off the top four who've been running at the front for the most of this race, but still a brilliant job. And to be fair to Aurelian as well, he is on a different strategy to the guys in front. Considering the strategy we know is not the best strategy at the moment, he's doing a brilliant job clinging on to these top guys, and if anything happens at the end of the race, he is right there to pounce on them. So Aurelian's doing a brilliant job. Cucumber as well is the only one that's made that alternate strategy work, whether it's the things of running the two mediums first. So Cucumber and Aurelian doing a brilliant job on their alternate strategies. Keep an eye as well, rest of the top 10, Cross Liam's now down to 6th. He's got Fox Blue on a fresher set of softs right behind, so Esports trying to see if they can get up into P6 at the end of this race.
Yeah, that could be good for X Esports. One of their best results. IRT, I think they could be fighting for the win, but their strategy did not work out, unfortunately. So we're in for the final lap of this race. We're going to be strapped in for the most exciting lap in this Grand Prix. It's Cucumber versus Macho. We know what Macho's going to do, but we know what Cucumber is going to do is potentially defend. It's going to be a crazy one. Don't count out Justin on this, and don't count on Aurelian, because if those two collide, Justin and Aurelian could get a 1-2, and maybe Elliot could be on the podium. And no offense, I think I'm going to predict carnage into the final lap, which I hope doesn't happen, which means more work for the stewards. But anyway, Macho is going to use his battery. He's got all the battery to use, and I think Cucumber has as well to defend. Cucumber defends to the inside. No, my monitor wants to switch off. No, thank you. We still got more racing action to cover. There we go. I've got that going in the end. But Macho's unable to get past Cucumber, and I know what he's going to do. He's going to do it on the back straight around here, which is even more powerful. We got Fox Blue fighting with Cross Liam in the background. I think Fox Blue just about gets ahead for X Esports. But let's watch Macho. Is he going to do it? Look at that. He's draining his battery. Cucumber is running out. Surely this is going to be the win for Macho as he heads towards the final few corners to the outside. And I think it's going to be very tight towards the line. It's going to be a photo finish, a closest finish of the 24 hours. Side by side across the line. Macho takes it.
Lovely, beautiful driving there from Macho. Really, really smart. We predicted it, didn't we? He was going to wait to the last moment, and he did, and he timed it absolutely perfectly. Brilliant stuff for Macho, but a great drive from all of our top four. Really, really good race from all four of them. That was a brilliant one, and we're very happy to announce at the same time as the race is finished, we've hit the £1,000 goal, guys. We've hit it. We've made it through. That means Richie's going to have to sing as well.
Jav, can you message... I know he's not up yet, but can you message Richie to check his Just Giving page? You're welcome! Sure. So, Joseph, if you're watching, you get to pick the song for Richie to sing. Richie sung Let It Go earlier on yesterday, which was quite entertaining, to say the least. You can find a clip on that. We are just waiting for the final few drivers to cross the line, by the way. And Elliot crosses the line in P5 in the end, but we're waiting for Matt to come across the line in 12th. We've got Yuri that's going to come across the line in 13th, and then we're just waiting for the other two drivers to cross the line.
Yeah, just waiting for the last two. Obviously, quite a big field spread in this one with quite a few incidents, unfortunately. But yeah, just waiting for the last two drivers, XO and Orlando driving as well, coming down through to 15th position. So yeah, only 15 finishers on this race. It was a bit of a race of attrition, wasn't it? Only 15 finishers, and only 9 of them really got through that race unscathed. So yeah, bit of a crazy race. And just to top it off, we've now got a wet Monza for them to deal with.
Yeah, Monza, wet race. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, I won't get the list out. We'll be here forever.
Exactly. We will be here forever, not gonna lie. So, yeah, we'll get your running order in at just a moment. And I think there will be quite a few stewards inquiries after that one, not gonna lie. I think there was quite a few incidents in this Grand Prix, but it is EMM that topped that one. Then they get the fastest lap, so they get maximum points after starting pole. Cucumber in second, Justin third, Aureli in fourth, Elliot in fifth after starting last. Fox Blue in sixth, Cross Liam in seventh, Senna in eighth. A great race for ERT. Some strong performances from ERT as of late, so great for them. And Sion Armed in 9th, Lee and Craig in 10th. We've got Matthew Cesar in 11th, Matt in 12th, Yuri in 13th, Waze in 14th, Orlando in 15th. And your DNFers that won't be scoring any points is Sweet Crown, Nathan, and George Hargreaves. I know Justin finished, but I think he left the session before everyone else crossed the line. So I think Justin will make his way through the field there as well. So there we go. That's the end of my stint done, at least. We still got one more thing to do, but I've got to try and do something quickly in order to do that. But what did you think of Miami? And are you looking forward to Monza?
Yeah, Miami was a good race. Really, really interesting fight at the front of the field. Yeah, it's a difficult track, so it's good to see the drivers tested as well on that tricky circuit. And when it comes to Monza, yeah, Monza's going to be, I think, maybe even more difficult with the wet conditions. So that one's definitely going to be fun. It's a new challenge as well, and I'm sure everybody's managed to try and get their wet weather specialists from their team in for that race. So yeah, Monza's definitely going to be a unique experience and very fun to watch.
I'm very much looking forward to Monza.
Chris!
Good after morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Mr. Ritchie will be probably disappointed to know two things. One, that he is singing again, and two, it was my donation that pushed it over the line.
Chris, well, I love you.
Oh, come on, £1,000. It has to be said. Thank you to everybody for their generous donations. I did the final tiny bit. I'm taking no credit for the rest of the progress that has been happening through the night or through the entire event. So thank you to everybody in their generous donations, large or small, to push this this particular drive forward. It is hugely appreciated from everybody here. And to only be a few minutes or not even a race behind after nearly 20 hours is testament to the hard work that's gone on behind the scenes. So well done to everybody for steering the ship as well as it has gone.
Yep, it has. I got my camera on because we reached the £900 goal, and thanks to Mike, he wanted me to sing later on as well. Is that why you joined the commentary box earlier?
I claim no responsibility. I'm just being organised. But whilst I'm here,
oh god, that is going to be interesting. So that's why I've got my camera on, because otherwise it's going to look weird without my camera on. But right, James did suggest "Merry Christmas, everybody." Just a little bit. I need to get the lyrics for that first. Hold on, just give me a second, guys. Hopefully we won't be too late starting, so just give me a moment. And I believe Chris, in a minute it will be you streaming the next couple of races. Is that correct?
It is indeed correct. Yes.
Lead commentator for the first time.
Monza and the random, or the last random race of the event. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, Monza in the wet. That's disclaimer, was not my decision.
It was the wheel's decision. It was the wheel. It was the wheel. Right. Here we go. Are you both ready? If you don't want to hear me, mute your mic. Mute your speakers. If you do want to hear me, I'm going to mute my speakers because I don't want to hear laughing from you two idiots.
I'm going to mute my mic and let you take center stage.
Okay. I don't know why I'm so scared. I haven't done it in so long. Mike, I bloody hate you. Right. Okay. I'm going to mute my speakers. There we go. I'm going to wake my mum up as well. Right. I'm only going to do the first verse and the chorus. So, right. Are you hanging up your stocking on your wall? It's the time when every Santa has a ball. Does he ride a red-nosed reindeer? Does a ton up on his sleigh? Do the fairies keep him sober for a day? So here it is, Merry Christmas. Oh my God, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now, it's only just begun. It's Christmas! Sorry. That's me done. That's me done.
Well done. Well done. I was singing along with you, but I didn't want to put you off.
That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant.
Right, on that bombshell, we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna have my sleep and I'll leave you in the capable hands of Mr. Crix Buxton and Carl Mentalist. But now we'll hand you over to J. Cole to take through a short break. Over to you, J. Cole. Welcome along to the 24 hours of F1.
We're currently taking a short break to get the next lobby set up.
In the meantime, why not check out our Just Giving page and donate to our chosen charity, Special Effect.
The team at Special Effect offer great technological solutions to help those with physical challenges all across the world.
And anything you give will help transform a person's life with bespoke setups thanks to the teams of occupational therapists and gaming specialists.
We're aiming to raise £1,000 for this event, so if you can, any amount big or small, please give today.
Thank you for your support.
Welcome along to the 24 hours of F1.
We're currently taking a short break to get the next lobby set up.
In the meantime, why not check out our Just Giving page and donate to our chosen charity, Special Effect.
The team at Special Effect offer great technological solutions to help those with physical challenges all across the world.
And anything you give will help transform a person's life with bespoke setups thanks to the teams of occupational therapists and gaming specialists.
We're aiming to raise £1,000 for this event, so if you can, any amount big or small, please give today.
Thank you for your support.